Hey guys, I'm back with the next Dracokast after 3 months. Holy shit. I'm really sorry for taking so long to record another one. I kind of hit a rough spot myself in life and have had issues, and so that's kind of why I've been having less motivation to work on videos in general, much less a podcast where I sit and talk to myself for a few hours. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you guys understand. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about how I'm going to upload podcasts now because, I uploaded the first one in the whole two and a half hour block chunk, and it took forever to upload. It took forever to render and forever to upload. So I'm going to cut it into chunks and maybe half hour, 40-minute chunks, and upload them separately like that. Another reason for doing that is that the sixth song of the week that I put at the end of the podcast was identified by YouTube's copyright system, and even though it was 2.5 hours of content, I won't see a single cent of monetization from that video because of that song. So I guess even if that does anything unfortunate like that does happen, I will at least get money for other parts. I guess that ties into the next thing I want to talk about. I'd like to ask you guys if you could to whitelist my channel on Adblock. I don't get very much money from YouTube videos at all, but it is nice. It's like a trip to the grocery store, I guess, per month about. It's not trivial, but it's not obviously isn't something I'm doing to make a living. I don't have enough subscribers. I don't shit out videos all the time. But it is just nice it's nice to, when you put a lot of effort into videos, to actually get some kind of tangible return. Getting acknowledged in comments and stuff is nice, but getting a little, time is money, so that's kind of what I'm, the bottom line there. I don't even, there's 3 kinds of ads on YouTube, in case you didn't know. There's one that's an unskippable 15-second or so ad, 15 or 30-second ad. And there's, ones that's an ad that you can skip after 5 seconds, and one that's just a banner that shows up on the bottom, and you can close as soon as it shows up. I never use the ad that you can't skip at all, because I feel like that's really obtrusive and rude. So I only use the less obtrusive ones anyways. They don't get as much money, but I don't want to be a douche. So you can skip them easily. Skip this part, cut this part out. So here's how you do it. You go to the Adblock button and click Options. Allow whitelisting of specific YouTube channels. And then go to a YouTube channel or a video from that channel and select whitelist this YouTube channel from the Adblock menu. And then if you want to de-whitelist a channel, do the same thing as you would for a normal whitelist filter. So if you guys would do that, that'd be nice. I don't have a Patreon where I beg for handouts or anything. I don't ask for subs on Twitch. I don't stream very much, but I don't ask for subs on that. I don't ask for tips or donations or whatever. So if you want to support me in some way, I feel like that's a little not very inconvenient way that you could do that if you wanted to. If you felt so inclined, I would appreciate it. Okay, so here's just a little anime discussion topic that I wanted to talk about really quick that I thought of that kind of came up. And that's the difference between, the line between slice of life and moe shit. Because a lot of times people will say like, when they're talking about what's actually like a moe shit anime, they'll say, well, if you don't like slice of life, then don't watch it. There's a fine line, but actually a big difference between slice of life and moe shit. Moe shit is basically a pointless slice of life that focuses on moe above all else. It's like all the events are like really trivial, and I don't know. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, but slice of life in general is focusing more on the slice of life aspects, actually, like it's supposed to. Like good slice of lives, Usagi Drop, Barakamon, Kimi ni Todoke. Yeah, those are good examples. Those are ones that are focusing more on slice of life elements and not just moe. So don't equate those two things. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about that I guess came up from reading YouTube comments or something, I think, and that's the topic of self-insert characters. I don't remember what exactly I saw that made me want to talk about this even, but there's like, okay, so let me try to put coherence into what I'm thinking of. I think that the point that was being made that I wanted to argue against is that self-insert characters generally like have no personality, which is, I don't think is strictly the case. That's generally what you think of, but I think that self-insert characters are also able to have some kind of personality, like some really basic personality traits, but they're really, like I said, basic and generic, like ones that could appeal to a large number of people or appeal to the target audience in particular. Like Kirito, who is a self-insert character. He's not a total blank slate, but he is a pretty obvious proxy for the target audience, which makes him still a self-insert character. So he's not completely devoid of anything going on, but he is still a self-insert. You don't have to have no personality at all. I think that's all I had for that topic. So yeah, fascinating discussion, Draconis. Thank you. Okay, next I want to talk about anime I've seen recently. Let's see. So I watched Absolute Duo's first episode, and that's like, it turned out to be just as shit as I thought it would. It was like creepy in some ways, but it was entertaining for what it was. It didn't take itself seriously, at least, which was nice. It's nice when anime are self-aware of how dumb or crappy they are. But one thing that's creepy that is a trend that I've seen in ecchis, in particular, well, just ecchis, is that the white-haired girl, and I like white-haired girls a lot, is one of those character stereotypes and ecchis that basically is so socially oblivious that she is not, like, she can be like totally naked or almost naked and not care at all because she's just like doesn't know that she shouldn't be naked or something like that. And those are kinds of characters that they abuse for fan service, cock tease, elements in, like, Sakura, so the main girl, whatever the fuck her name is, I don't care. She was one of those oblivious girls who is, like, doesn't realize that that thing she's doing are, like, sexual, or she doesn't have any shame in being naked, and that's just kind of like, it's like, I don't see how people can get off to that kind of stuff, because it's like kind of like taking advantage of, like, a mentally ill person, I guess. It's kind of a twisted thing like that. It seems like just wrong and gross. So that was one of the problems I had with the episode, aside from the fact that the teacher was fucking obnoxious as fuck. But other than that, I might actually watch more of it for a good junk food. Might be a good junk food shit to watch. Just for fun. And I started watching, trying to finish, Kami-sama no Inai Nichiyobi, or Sunday Without God. I forgot how good the first 3 episodes were. I'm on to talk about spoilers, I guess, for the first 3 episodes. So if you don't, I don't really care. I think you shouldn't care even if you haven't seen it, but in the first 3 episodes, they introduce, Ai's father, Humphney, whatever. And, he's got some really interesting things going on, and there's some actually pretty interesting interactions between him and his daughter. And, however, that little arc is cut short really prematurely, and it was just, at the end it was just 3 episodes long. And it clearly had a lot of room to do more with that arc, but they threw it away in favor of other, like, filler type arcs, which was depressing. They could have filled, like, the entire 12 episodes with that if they wanted to, if they wrote it well. But unfortunately they decided to cut that arc short and then do other stuff that wasn't nearly as good. It's sad. What a waste. Okay, here's a topic that I guess I wanted to just throw in a few cents on. That I'm sorry, I want to just kind of vent about this a little bit. It's a topic that's really polarizing and will probably be annoying to be showing up on an anime podcast, but I just want to briefly rant a little bit, I guess. It's about Big Bang versus creation. And I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty gross argument of, like, evidence for or against one or the other. I just want to talk about, like, I just want to briefly say, like, I can see why people think the concept of an all-powerful God creating everything is ridiculous. I mean, I believe in that, but I totally see why people think it's ridiculous, and it's hard to accept that, and I don't blame them. So, but the thing I think is, like, kind of is just hypocritical is that people look at the Big Bang Theory, and it's just a theory, by the way, even though it's pushed as fact. And they look at it and think it makes a lot more sense. I think that they're both pretty ridiculous sounding. The Big Bang, all the matter in the universe was condensed into a point about the size of a period at the end of the page. Like, what? How did all of that mass get condensed into that small of a spot? How did it get there? What? Why? How? It's kind of like, were you there? How did you know this? How did you know it was in that small of a spot? And then it just exploded, I guess. It just decided that it wanted to not be condensed into that small of a point. And then then all the matter and gases formed and coalesced into certain shapes, like perfectly round planets and stuff. somehow. It's just like, it's a bunch of guesswork that in the Big Bang Theory is mostly like, the biggest, I guess, thing people try to use to say that it's real is that like the universe is expanding or moving outwards or something. So there must have been like a point where it was all in this one spot in the middle. And I don't know. It's okay. So it's just ridiculous sounding too. I just can't see how you can look at one theory and think it makes total sense, and then look at the other theory and think it's ridiculous sounding. I think they're both ridiculous sounding. I think they both should be there should be an equal amount of skepticism for both of them. That's all I wanted to say about that. Sorry if that offended anybody. Like I said, don't want to start a big argument about which points about proof in favor of one or the other. But it's just the concepts in general. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is something that affects me that I'm really sad about, but it's not an anime related news story. So Project M is this modification of the game Super Smash Bros. Melee or Brawl, and it's a mod that is intended to make the game more competitive by balancing the cast and adding technical mechanics that were present in like Melee. And it's a fantastic game, and I think it's the best Smash game out there because of the balance and the tech skill, both of those things, and the design of the characters is really, really cool. Melee is a fucking amazing game. It has amazing mechanics, but it's really poorly balanced, which is one thing that I think makes it less fun to watch, because it's like half a dozen viable characters at every tournament. So you mostly see them at every tournament that I watch. But Project M is just a mod of Brawl. But the streaming service, the Twitch streaming channel called Video Game Boot Camp, which is basically two guys who run this stream of Smash games. They announced that they're not gonna stream Project M anymore, which is really sad. I'll read the announcement for you. As you might have noticed, we've been toning down our Project M coverage in recent months with the release of Smash 4, which I think is like Brawl 2.0, which is not a good thing, and the continued revitalization of the Melee scene. There are more content opportunities now than ever. The most recent opportunities have vaulted BGBC into the spotlight, but in some ways this has come at a cost. As it stands now, Project M exists in a legal gray area. Project M's uncertain legality has the potential to put other goals of VGBC for the wider Smash community in jeopardy. I want to establish right now that there's nothing illegal about Project M, because all it does is modify Brawl. You need Brawl to play it. You need a Wii to play it. You can't. I mean, there's nothing illegal about it. It's just a mod. But we are working on securing partnerships that will allow us to grow the op community faster than ever before with new shows, tournaments, and other content. Securing partner, like the thing that doesn't make any sense about this is that, well, I guess there's nothing else I guess worth reading in this announcement, but basically it's basically a thing with Nintendo, because Nintendo's taking notice of the Smash community, finally. The Smash community has been grassroots forever. The reason Melee is still alive 14 years after it was released is because of grassroots movements. And, it's been getting big. Melee's been getting big again without Nintendo's help. And now Nintendo is taking interest in us because they can get publicity for Smash 4, and because it was just released. And this whole thing reeks of cash grabbing by the streamer Gimmer, who is basically seeking partnerships with Nintendo when the reason that he got so big was because of the community itself. A lot of the reason he got so big was because of Project M, and there was a movement to get enough subs on his Twitch, Video Game Bootcamp, so that he could quit his day job to stream Smash Brothers all the time, or really often, I mean. But so he used to stream Project M a lot, but then he just stopped doing it, and now he's coming out with this. So basically, it's like showing that his priorities lie with a partnership with Nintendo over the community. And that's basically why this is such a shitstorm, because it shows like where his priorities lie, unfortunately. And like I said, there's nothing illegal about Project M. There's nothing that Nintendo can do. There's a court case that has come up, that has been brought to light in the discussion about this whole thing, that basically proves that Nintendo can't do anything about it. Even if they try, they can't. There's nothing they can't sue Gimmer for streaming it. They can't sue Project M. I mean, it's just a mod. They could try to do a cease and desist, I guess, but I don't think that could ever work either. Because like, how are they gonna do that? I mean, they're like, it's just stupid. This whole thing is just stupid, and it's really disappointing to see the people who subscribed to him on Twitch during the Free Gamer movement were fans of Project M, and now it's kind of like he's taking the money and running, I guess, and kind of like flipping off the fans of the community that got him to be as big as he is today. And now he's just focusing on Smash 4 and Melee. And I really hate watching Smash 4. I don't think it's a good game at all. I mean, I can see why people think it's fun, but I don't think it's a competitive game. I don't want to watch tournaments of it. I don't want to watch it at all. I think Project M is an amazing game. Fun to play and fun to watch, because it's really technical and balanced and competitive. But yeah, that's it. There's a lot of people that keep repeating like, oh, blah, herder legal issues, blah, blah, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because there's, really, like I said, nothing Nintendo that can really do. Even if they tried to sue, they would definitely not win. And there would be such an outrage from the community, I'm sure that they could raise money to cover the cost of lawyers, in the whole legal battle anyways. So, yeah. But, I've followed like 5 or 6 different streams since this announcement came out, so I can watch Project M whenever I want. But yeah, so Nintendo hasn't actually made any action yet, but, this is like a paranoid, preemptive act, I guess. Nintendo hasn't done anything. They've just watched silently. They haven't done anything about Project M. But people are afraid that they might, so, it's shit. Alright, and now we're at the news section of the podcast, where I brought in, once again, my friend Michael, who is going to help me talk about this bullshit news.
That's right, Dracokast. I am pumped.
You said my name wrong.
I said Dracokast, but I kind of butchered that. I apologize.
That's staying in.
It's been one of those
That's days. Staying in. We're going to make fun of you.
Ooh.
It's not a big deal. Nobody cares, really.
I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight either
People
way.
People pretend that they're special for pointing it out, but they're really not, and nobody cares. So.
Well, I care. I care a lot.
Well, I'll delete any comment that criticizes you for misspeaking then. How about that?
My heart, it belongs to you.
Will that make you feel better?
I feel fantastic. I feel special, because I am the one and the only.
You're the only one for me. Okay, let's get down to this. Okay, so we're gonna take a while to fucking load this shit. Thanks, Word. I'm trying to click a link and Word is not responding. Word is the problem. It's not my internet. It's Word. It's like, oh, you're clicking a link.
Word does not like.
Holy
that at all. It just
fuck!
shuts
Did
down.
you just crash? Did my Word just crash?
Oh jeez. Maybe.
Not responding.
I guess so much for the news. Even Word realizes, yeah, I'm not doing this shit.
Thanks, Word. Oh, now it opens. Thanks, you piece of shit. I got it. Finally. Technical difficulties have been fixed, I think.
Possibly.
Now my internet is slowly loading it. This is good. It's working good. I'm gonna cut out all this shit. This is bull.
That's
What the fuck is this?
Oh,
all right, here we go. First news story. So first we're gonna overview this. We're first gonna talk about news stories that don't make us hate humanity more. Like regular news stories that are just like okay or good or maybe good or cool. And then we're gonna talk about the shitty stories that suck and it's just like I hate humanity.
Can we please skip that part?
No, but that's the most entertaining part, and there's so much of it. There's like twice as much of it as there is good stuff. Oh, anime. Okay, so first story is Big Hero 6 tops Yokai Watch. Okay, thanks computer. Yokai Watch for its fourth straight weekend. Have you seen Big Hero 6, Michael?
No, I've really been meaning to, though. I've been neglecting it for quite a while. It looks really good, though.
I think it's a solid movie. I think it's a little bit overrated right now, but it's really popular, and it's apparently doing really well in Japan, and which is, I'm not sure why exactly, I guess. I'm not sure what exactly the appeal is. Like, I saw, like, Pacific Rim could have appeal in Japan, obviously, because it's a big mecha one, and the American Godzilla remake, of course, because it's Godzilla, but I'm not sure exactly what this one's appeal is to Japan, why it's doing so well.
I think I remember reading up that they were saying there's some of the roots or history are sort of steeped in Japanese animation based, so I guess for some reason a lot of people have been clinging onto it. A lot of doujinshi artists have been doing drawings for it, and like you said, it's just been really huge, and I don't really see the similarities.
The main character's Japanese, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But they don't speak Japanese. Whatever, it's okay. I thought that was interesting when I was watching the movie that the main character is Japanese, but that didn't really have much to do with anything. Okay, so I guess that's all there is for that story. The next one is the Clannad Kickstarter ends with $541,000. Did you hear about this, Michael?
I actually was following a bit of that, and I think that's super cool. I'm glad that they've been doing this, because it's about time that more popular visual novels have been making their way over to the western side of the world.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the bigger ones, and it quadrupled its goal, which was only 140,000, and
that's huge.
Yeah, and I haven't seen very many visual novels on Steam, and there's only one that I found that was worth reading, which was Planetarian, which is really good for how short it is, and I'm really excited to actually play Clannad. I like the anime quite a bit, and I'm excited to actually play the game. Who's your waifu, Michael?
Ooh.
Your favorite Clannad waifu?
Tomoyo. And it's also probably the most depressing thing, too, for her after story. I read the manga of that, and I was done. I was like, I don't want to live anymore, because it's so depressing.
Did you actually watch the OVA that was her after story?
Yes, and that's when I read the manga afterwards, because I wanted more, and I deeply regretted that immediately afterwards.
So you did like that OVA?
I actually kind of enjoyed it, yeah. I thought it was really nice for them to offer a, I guess, different route perspective, as opposed to just the the main character route that they were going on, and I liked her character a lot, so I was really down with it.
Sure, I can see that, but I felt that the oh my god, I forgot her name. Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm mixing them up. Tomoyo's whatever. What's the name of it? What were the names of those OVAs?
Oh gosh,
The special names that they had. Tomoyo, I don't know, whatever. Hers was way better than Kyo's and Ryo's. I felt that theirs was really bad, honestly.
Yeah, that was a real shame. They were very lackluster.
Yeah, Tomoyo's was really good, I think. I felt that could have had a really good... It felt like the thing that really sucks about it is that their relationship seemed so much better, like so much more real than any other relationship in the Clannad anime. Actually, the actual Clannad anime seemed like the one between Tomoya and Nagisa did not seem as good as they had in a Tomoyo's after story, whatever it's called.
No, that was really surprising. For just one episode, they crammed a lot into that, and that was what made it really impressive, and that's why I wanted to find more, and that's what I found in the manga. And as I said before, good grief, no, it's so depressing.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess that's probably coming from her route in the visual novel, and I'm probably gonna want to play hers first because even though that their episode was only like 22 minutes. It was really good, and they had a lot of moments in there that were not even like really blatant. That made me seem like they look like a real couple, like they are really real people interacting with each other, and it was impressive. I liked it.
No, definitely, Kyoto Animation's finest hour, probably.
Oh, one of them, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, anything that was key is their finest hour, in comparison to what they've been doing.
By comparison, it's like it's a completely different planet or universe.
Oh god, yeah. All right, well, we talked a lot about that one, so let's go on to the next one. Man arrested for selling Evangelion Haruhi stickers in Akiba.
What?
Yeah, did you read this one?
I did not.
A 45-year-old man was arrested for possessing stickers of popular anime allegedly produced without authorization with the intent to sell them in Tokyo's Akihabara shopping district. Please.
Now, was it like combining both universes, or was it just like separate? Because I'm really curious.
I was reading the headline weird because their commas made it, it's hard to read commas, I guess, in the...
Damn it! I was hoping
no,
for
it was
being
Evangelion Haruhi. No, it was Evangelion, comma the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, comma and other anime and games. I don't know. I guess this one just seemed worthy of discussion because, it seems like kind of a dumb thing to get arrested for. I think. I guess Japan takes their anime merchandise really seriously, so it doesn't surprise me as much as it would. But it just seems like a dumb thing to be arrested for. I could see like a fine for it, maybe. But
well, see, that's what I would imagine too. It's just that begs the question: then, was he fined before? Was he given warnings, or was he just simply, no, you're under arrest, we're going to fine you and put you in jail or something?
Well, it doesn't sound like he was caught before because he said. And I quote, "I began selling these about 3 years ago and earned about 2 million yen, US $17,000. Since it's Akibara, I thought it was allowed." I don't know why it being Akihabara would make it more okay to do it, but whatever.
Plea ignorance!
I don't know. The thing is that... Okay, so the interesting thing is that he, like... Let me find the part where it describes how he made them. He allegedly printed images downloaded off the internet with his home printer, pasted them onto IC transaction cards, and sold each card for 500 yen, about $4 US. And I'm just like, these sound like they would probably be shit tier stickers, and I'm just like, I'm just wondering how he could make so much money off selling like ones that were just printed off of a crappy home printer, unless he spent a ton of money on a printer.
I'd be really curious about, like the price ratio or the quality of what he's producing, because if there's nothing else out there, and even if it's shit quality, okay, yeah, it'll probably sell, but, I'm pretty sure there's other stuff out there, so I'd imagine maybe it's good quality. I'm really curious about this. I want to find out more.
I'll give you a link after we're done talking, and you can talk, and you can look at it some more. Well, there's not much there. There's a YouTube video that was deleted, but, of course, because everything gets deleted on YouTube. But
of course,
fucking dictators. But yeah, is that all? Let's move on to the next one.